Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another What's in the Box. Today is part 96. Firstly, apologies that there was no upload last week. I'd had my flu jab and COVID booster within a couple of days of each other, and I just wasn't feeling in the mood to actually do anything. I felt a bit under the weather. Anyway, all better now. Now this week I've got a few coins to show you, but firstly we're going to get into the Royal Mint annual report for the period 1st of April 2021 to the 31st of March 2022. Now last year the report was issued in June, but we've had to wait an extra 4 months this time, and it was only just released last week, so all being well, the mintage figures for 2021 won't be too far behind. Anyway, we're going to start off firstly with the chairman's statement, and it says here that since they became a limited company in 2009, the Royal Mint has delivered the largest profit ever. The operating profit has gone up to 17.9 million, which is up from 12.7 million the year before. And a large proportion of this is due to the precious metals, like the gold and the silver, bullion, etc., and also the commemorative coins that they've issued too. Now it says further down that they're going to be using a Canadian company called XCIR, I believe that's how it's pronounced, EXCIR, which is a company that specialises in obtaining sort of metals, gold, etc., silver from discarded electronic devices like mobile phones and laptops, etc. Obviously the Royal Mint's going to recycle all of that into coins, and I believe they're bringing out some sort of jewellery section. Anyway, that plant is going to be built somewhere in the UK and will, I believe, be operating by 2023. Now, Anne Jessup, the Chief Executive statement is more or less exactly the same, so I'm not even going to show you that on screen. But the next thing is what we call the currency. Now, this is quite interesting because the number of pieces that were issued into circulation between the 1st of April 21 and the 31st of March 2022 has gone down by 98 million pieces. So it's gone down from 437 million pieces down to 339. Now, to put this into context, I'm going to show you another screenshot that was actually taken from last year's annual report. And here you can see that in the period 2016 to 2017, there was 1,345 million pieces issued. That went down to 1,118 for 17 to 18. Then down again 632 in 18-19, 588 in the period 2019 to 2020, and 437 2021, which I've already just mentioned. So in those 6 years, it's actually gone down over 1 million pieces that have been issued into circulation. It also does mention the cash has actually been on the decline. However, I read somewhere, I think it was last week, that the post office have actually handled more cash more than ever since all this economic downturn occurred. Right, so let's go back to the previous statement. As we see, the pennies saw a massive drop of 153 million issued from 189 to 36. Now that leads me to believe that the 2021 pennies may well be NIFCs. And in the same period, the 2 pences also dropped by 30 million, but I have actually seen 2021 2 pences in circulation. 5 pences, they also experienced a decline from 73 million down to 24 million pieces issued. But the 10 pences actually saw a rise of 67 million. So that's gone up from 11 million up to 78 million. Now again, these have actually been in circulation for 2021. And the 20 pences are another faller. That's gone down from 34 million down to 21 million. But I've yet to see a 2021 20 pence in circulation. But the 5 pences, £1 and £2, they've all seen an increase of supply. Now for the 50 pences, the 33 million increase would have included the initial 1.3 million Platinum Jubilee 50 pences that were released into circulation before the 31st of March 2022, but not the additional 1 million that were announced later. Now, I would hazard a guess that the proposed 5,070,000 will eventually be released as demand for them has increased, and we've actually seen prices rise on eBay as well. But what of the other 32 million? Well, possibly more of the 122 million 2019 shields have been issued, and maybe a small proportion of the 2020 shields. There was 46.5 million of those minted, and some of them have actually been turned up in hunts recently, albeit a small amount. Now, the £1 coins also saw a big increase. There wasn't any in 2020 to 2021, but it's gone to 48 million for the period 21 to 22. Now, there were 55.8 million minted in 2020, and I haven't seen any 2021s in circulation yet. So likelihood is that the majority are 2020 coins put into circulation from the Royal Mint Long Store. Finally, the £2, they saw a rise of just 1 million, but as nobody has seen a 2021 Britannia in circulation, this 10 million probably consists of Army Centenaries and other 2016 issued commemoratives, for example, the Shakespeare's. Now, all of those are just my opinions. If you've got anything that you want to add, put it in the comments down below. But as I said, I don't think it'll be long before the 2021 mintage figures will be released, so we will then know which were not intended for circulation and which were minted for circulation. Right, moving on to the coins that I've actually bought this week. Now, in the envelope I got this coin was the plastic wallet, and the coin was inside this little plastic wallet. That wasn't the amount I paid for it. I will come to that in a moment, but it was a little bit tacky inside, so what I did was I took the coin out, gave it a quick buff up as I usually do. So this is the Queen Victoria commemorative coin from 2001, commemorating 100 years since Queen Victoria passed away. So you've got the date there, 1901 to 2001 on the top. The reverse designer for this was Mary Milner Dickens, who also designed the 1992-93 UK EEC Presidency coin, the Public Library's 50p from 2000, and also the Suffragettes coin from 2003. So we've got the depiction of Crystal Palace, Queen Victoria portrait there. This bit here, it's supposed to be short of 1 penny, and the V is a stylized railway lines, V for Victoria. And I don't know if anybody can remember the sci-fi TV series V in the early 80s, if you're old enough to remember that. I think it was tried to be resurrected in 2009, but both were cut short. I don't know if it was due to a lack of viewing figures or a lack of funds. Anyway, on the obverse we've got the Ian Rank Broadley portrait. Now this is a Cupra nickel coin. The weight's 28.28 grams. The diameter is 38.61 millimeters, and the thickness, you can see that's a milled edge of 2.89 millimeters. It had a mintage of 851,491. Now, a lot of these were actually issued by post offices and banks. I must admit, the bank I worked at the time never received any of these. But anyway, you could get them for face value at the time. There was also done in brilliant uncirculated. There was 44,090 of those issued, and proof of 49,372. There's also issued in annual proof sets, brilliant uncirculated individual packs, and it was also stuck in silver proof, reverse frosted silver proof. So I think it was the Victoria's portrait was sort of in a frosted finish, gold proof, and the reverse frosted gold proof. Now, the amount I paid for this was £6.50. However, unfortunately there was £1.99 postage, so a total of £8.49. But still less than what you can actually get it on eBay. But if I had waited another couple of days, I probably could have got one for about £4 to £5. So anyway, that's the Queen Victoria coin. Now the next one, it did actually come in this change checker packaging, which the seller said it was coming in, but obviously it isn't brilliant uncirculated because it doesn't have the brilliant uncirculated hologram, and I have actually just taken it out just to get it out of here now. And this is the 2005 coin, celebrating 200 years since the Battle of Trafalgar. Now the reverse designer for this one was Clive Duncan. The weight again is 28.28 grams, diameter is the same, 38.61, but the thickness is 3.2 millimeters, and again it is a milled edge. Now this had a mintage of 1,075,516, brilliant uncirculated of 79,868, and proof of 40,563. Also issued in the annual proof set in individual brilliant uncirculated packs and a twin pack with the Horatio Nelson coin, and it was also stuck in silver proof, silver Piedfort proof and gold proof. And again we've got the A-rank Broadley portrait on the obverse. And these two ships here, one's supposed to be the HMS Victory and the other one is, I think it's the Temeraire. So and the artist's initials, it's a bit hard to see, but it's just above the G. I don't know if I can get it any closer. CD. And again, these were issued banks and post offices, but again, my bank never had any. Now, to go alongside with the Trafalgar coin, I actually got the Horatio Nelson £5. Now, the eBay seller was selling them both as a pair, and this one celebrates the 200th anniversary of the death of Admiral Lord Nelson. The engraver for this one was James Butler, which again I think his initials is just down there. It's got a little few spots on it, but again, after I've worked my magic, I will be putting them into quadrum capsules and then into that big silver case for my collection. Again, change checker card that doesn't have the brilliant uncirculated hologram on. Anyway, this has a mintage exactly the same as the Trafalgar one of 1,075,516. It also has the same mintage for proof of 40,563, but the brilliant uncirculated had a difference of 72,498. Again, was issued in the annual proof set in individual packs, and obviously the twin pack with the Trafalgar one. Also issued in silver proof, silver Piedfort proof, gold proof and platinum Piedfort proof. Now apart from the Cupra nickel one, which this is, all the other designs had an edge inscription of "England expects that every man will do his duty," which, if I remember from history, I think that's how they had all the flags on the ship. Anyway, I paid for both of them together, and it was including postage, because the postage was free actually, £13.50, so that works out £6.75 a coin, and I've actually seen them going for a lot more individually, so I'm very chuffed with that. So anyway, that's the end of today's What's in the Box. Please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I am trying to work towards that 1,000 mark. Still a few hundred off. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and until the next time, keep on hunting, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.